Nautilus that I've been coming to expect from Zinfinity. Clearing wards bottom. Soraka's doing what she can to lock down their opportunities to get Mundo down there and get kills. If they keep this bottom lane hurting the way they have been, they might pull this one off in a big way.
I want to point out something too, because we were talking about picks, Elo, and how the last pick, obviously, they come through in the clutch, and Talon Baconhawk and Chris 76 were actually the last two picks for this team. The captain, these are the last two picks, and they're in the bottom lane. That's the lane that a lot of people throughout the judgments have been like, this has to be the
Here we
lane
go,
that
top
you
lane,
win.
another kill.
And
it's
here
laying
comes the
the law
attack.
down.
Here comes the attack at bottom. They will almost catch out Soraka. Soraka needs to keep that. Oracles does not want to lose at bottom.
But yeah, like you were saying, even from Judgment 1, everybody's super got focused onto bot lane. And what I see here is an amazing bot lane from what you were saying were the last two picks.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have like a 1,300 player and an unranked player. And people that you would totally write off. I mean, you're going against, at 1,800 AD and I believe like a 1,400 support. So like you're looking at like what should be a very strong lane, but everything that I've been looking at, Chris is on his game. I mean, I noticed that Blitzcrank went away to ward for a second. He jumped all over that Graves and put tons of pressure on him. So the play from them is stellar.
It's doing work, and like Elo says a lot about a player. It says what they can do, but it doesn't say everything. Elo is not the definitive god of this game. It really comes down to player and heart. And a low Elo player, an unranked player, like I have many friends who've never played a ranked game in their life, but are stellar at the game, but they have the heart to get in there and get it done.
Absolutely. We're kind of actually just freezing the lane outside of her turret right now, farming those creeps, not letting him run into the turret.
Got the spell vamp, use it.
Yes, yes.
Oh, and here we got a big one dropping down bottom. A grab, looking almost like a full engage, but before anything serious can happen, they're going to break that one up.
Smokescreen, actually a very good disengaging tool for Graves. Threw it down really quickly so they couldn't get vision of him and track him down.
Here we got Mundo walking into the jungle. Looks like he's going to sneak up on the bird. At least go for the ward, but no.
The bird's going to sneak up on him at this point.
Oh, and here we go.
Back in. There's a brilliant. Well, he's stuck. And he has to flash out of it.
Catching up with his teammates. It's looking like they're trying to get into a position for another dragon. I really think Blue has a great possibility of getting this other dragon and really turning it around in gold here.
Yeah, both teams really at this point neck and neck. This is the closest game we've had all, and this is exactly what we wanted from our finals games. Two teams right now in the prime.
Ooh, the bird's starting to really hurt. Even that black shield's not stopping her from getting chunked like a Master Yi taking a turret. Tell me about it. Here comes Olaf trying to pretend like he can play games with the bird and just getting stopped in his tracks. All the resources of Blue are bottom, trying to force this dragon in here. Get this bottom lane clear so they can get this dragon.
And really at this point, yeah, Graves should be running for his life at this point. Yeah, I think Nautilus
Here comes Olaf.
too.
Here comes Olaf to ruin lives.
Oh, there's the Soul Shackle. Going to lead it off. She's going to take all the turret aggro. Probably will follow the turret. She will. Bird trying to come in here and try to clean something up, but Nautilus is actually leading them to safety. But in comes the Blitzcrank. Can he make plays? Can he make grabs? Riven is in here. Super fed Riven. Will she be able to pull this off? A lot of people low. Quite not finished yet. Corki's still alive. Corki will finally follow the Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank actually flashing out of this. Bird going to turn around and going to wall off Mundo, but now it's a prison. Will she be able to convert this? Tower putting down some damage. Mundo's going to get out of this, and Olaf should take this turret. And no, they're not going to be able to. Bird's still going to clear this out.
With the bird. The bird still has plenty of power left behind her. She's low on mana, but she is not helpless right now. I'm really interested how that turned out. I honestly, what I've been seeing here lately, and I'm kind of frustrated with it, is Blitz has been holding on to his ult, trying not to kill steal, but he's been allowing for a lot of shenanigans to drop down on his team. A lot of healing that doesn't need to be happening and stuff like that from Soraka, where he really needs to get in there and stop them at these clutch moments and let the burst do its job. And if he gets a kill, his team might rage a little bit, but he can tell, like, so far it's been working against him not to.
I mean, this is how I look at it when I'm on a team. Oh, that's unfortunate. The AD backing. It looks like we're going to have a pause here. We do have that awesome pause feature now in League of Legends. So, And there he is. He's going to be reconnected. We're going to be able to unpause and start the game really quickly. I love that Riot finally put in that feature now for custom games. Now, can they figure out how to unpause? That is the question. Oh, he left the game again.
Adorable.
Got to feed that hamster, get him running.
I just use a cattle prod. And but you were saying when you look at something when you're on the team, I think where you were going is you were saying it's the kill secure over the kill steal.
Yes, exactly.
It's getting involved and getting in there and getting it done. They have such a great burst, but I think the sustained damage really has to go to the Corki and the Olaf. Like if they don't start bursting these down, and if Blitz isn't using his ult, which is every 30 seconds, to stop people from doing stuff, from getting those clutch Soraka heals that have been dropping from the sky like manna onto Moses, then we're gonna see a lot more of these fights start swinging the way of blue team. Blue team's not gonna take this on the chin.
Yeah, they definitely have the better sustained damage, and even though Red has some lanes that they're winning in, as we saw right there, it's not quite enough to just win a team fight unless things go their way.
Yeah, and look at the gold. The gold says it all. Blue is now 2K above, coming back from a 3K deficit moments ago, and is now gearing up for a full-on dragon rush. Like, they've been wanting this dragon for now probably 2-3 minutes, and they're going to get it if Red doesn't pull it together.
And as we look at the ADs here, one thing on Corki that I like to see is I like to see the Infinity Edge. There's so many Corkis that I see these days that go the Triforce, and I just want to yell at them all the time and just be like, please just, I know you get the Sheen procs, but just go the Infinity Edge.
Count it. There's a dragon, there's another K up on the other team. The dragon we've been looking at. They've been waiting for it, and those kills, those early kills that really set Purple apart, no longer matter. They're so far in the past. That goal isn't helping.
Really a great recovery from the blue team. They've played really, really tight. Red got a little overconfident. Maybe that downtime they had from winning their second game so quickly is and maybe that overconfidence that they've had so far in this tournament is just kind of led them so far to just kind of let blue take over this game, because they did have a lead, but they let it slip away.
Yeah, they're really going to have to, like I was saying, I said probably minute 5, they're going to have to dig deep and really focus, start just pulling together what they've been doing the other 2 games if they want to actually make this game a fight. Because in another 15 minutes playing this way, in another 15 minutes, this game's no longer a fight. This game is officially blue telling them what to do. Yeah. And Blitzcrank's really got to lock down some of those grabs. I was just watching the fight down bottom, and he's pulling off maybe a 3%. He's not even in threat range most of the time for them, and he really needs that. And there goes bottom again, really getting in there. Corki is not letting up, dropping missile after missile.
Yeah, one thing I have to question too is I don't know why Graves is standing next to Blitzcrank, because those rockets are AoE. I mean, it's small, the big one's bigger, but they are all AoE. So he's still taking damage, even though Blitzcrank's in front of him. He's still too close. He's still taking damage. And like I said again, people focus on Elo and people are worried about being the last pick, but these last picks are kicking butt in this bot lane. They've essentially won bot lane.
These last picks have by far won a bot lane that so far had been indestructible. And there's not a Nautilus saying that somebody needs to die.
Ignite coming in, will convert it. Will No Name be able to survive through this, though? He wants to run away.
Gonna egg it? What we need now is Nautilus to pull this guy off of him.
The thing is, this actually might be bad for Red, because it might hold them around long enough that Corki's going to be coming in here and clean up. Will they be able to do it, though? Quick grip by Nautilus. Great wall by No Name. His walls have been stellar, because that's
No Name has been. This is game 3, and No Name right now is the only one who holds the solidity of what we saw in the last games. He's still on his A game. He's really needing his team to pick up. And I'm glad that they all got out of there the way that they did. The Morgana dropped, and without the Anivia's passive being so stellar, we would have seen a lot more shenanigans in that little adventure.
And one thing I definitely look for in Anivia's especially is that wall. It's one of the strongest potential abilities, the highest skill cap abilities in the game, and it's so much utility, and there's not very many other spells in the game like it. I mean, you have Trundle and his Pillar of Filth, but it's not quite as potent as that wall. That wall is so good, has so much potential, and No Name's been getting like max potential out of it always.
He's been able to lock down lanes, stop, split teams. He uses it to check in bushes like a smart Anivia does. He's been using it to its maximum potential. Soraka now just running around clearing wards, making sure that there's no vision possible. Dropping heals on her way back down to her lane. Top lane, we got an engage going on. It's looking like Riven really wants to reestablish dominance 2 levels higher. Will it matter, though, honestly?
I think we've hit that perfect point right now for the Swift one where he's got tanky enough and Riven hasn't snowballed hard enough that he can actually sustain through and win the trades just because he has so much health with that Warmogs. And if he baits out this engage here by Nautilus, they might be
Nautilus thought it was a good idea, but here comes Mundo at the back. Will he be able to help?
Oh, I don't know if they're going to be able to convert this on.
Bunny's got a hop. Bunny's got a hop.
Landed a cleaver, flash after. Really wants this kill bad, but now he's under turret. That's the perfect time for them to get the kill. And Nautilus right now, Zinfinity's doing work.
We got another game going on mid. Could have used a blitz grab over that wall. Would have been clutch, but looks like that's about as far as that one's going to go.
Yeah, that would have been the best of grabs. But again, also a very clutch black shield by Kardius could definitely stop any good potential grab.
That's true, but if they can keep that black shield on cooldown, especially for Anivia to be able to do her burst, Morgana's not going to last long. Right now, Morgana's in this lane because of that black shield.
Yeah, she'll have a quick exit if Anivia's able to grab her without her black shield. It's like Nautilus just picking up red at this point. So we look back at the team gold, still that 2K gap. Basically, both teams holding steady in their trades so far.
I will say though, while the gap is maintained, we have gone from a 2. There's another great black shield by Morgana. We've gone up 2 kills for purple now. It was a 2 kill lead. Now it's up to 4. If this keeps up, we might be able to see some stuff switch around. But now that gold for repeated kills doesn't matter that much, it's going to come down to really them being able to kill them and lock down a dragon. Looks like they really want to come down on this Anivia now, try to make stuff happen. They're getting that lock. The freaking QSS.
Almost clutch, but against 4 people, not going to happen.
There's that reverse 4-man gank. Been waiting for one of those. They're just going to tank this turret because Mundo goes.
And, that is the first sign, I think, clearing out that mid turret now. I think the game's in Blue's court right now. They have the ward control. They're throwing down wards. They have the Soraka clearing out wards. They're going to be able to control these buffs and take them away from red. And this is where they're going to start to really snowball this game.
Yep. And now they're dropping down, getting ready for that dragon to respawn, which, boom, right there, right on time. Right on time, they're there. And with Anivia not going to be there into the fight, they don't have the burst to really handle this. They cannot contest this right now successfully.
Yeah, just Nautilus looks like he's the only one in the vicinity. Morgana's ult is down, but
that's not going to matter.
Really
Corki there if you get rooted. I'm not liking the choice of this Blitzcrank to buy pink wards when he just knows they're going to get cleared out by that roaming Soraka.
Yep.
It's a bold choice, but I don't think it's going to pay off for him as well.
Yeah, I think it's,
at all.
Maybe it's his triaging. He doesn't want to invest in oracles. I guess he doesn't feel safe in oracles, and he wants to try to still be able to remove wards in his own way, so he's going to pay a little bit extra more gold. But yeah, I think just green wards, getting the vision, taking the cheap option and making Soraka, run around and try to clear him is the better choice for him at this point, since he is behind.
Corki picking up blue. Now Corki is just going to get scary. Bad enough having infuse. Now he has all the vision and glory of gods to drop as many missiles as he wants wherever he pleases.
Something to definitely look at is the gold from both teams. The gold is heavily favored onto Corki right now. He has 10k gold as their carry for the blue team. And great Valkyrie away from that grab from Blitzcrank yet again. But Chris is definitely doing a good job carrying, and 80s definitely trump AP counterparts.
Yep.
So having all the gold right there for the blue team is great for them. Looking at Graves, he's behind almost, I think he's behind about 2,500 gold, which is a lot.
Oh yeah, no, that's devastating. Sitting at 77, he's gonna have a lot of ground to make up here, and he really really turning on me here. Like, my heart and soul was really in the purple teams coming into this, but they have not convinced me yet that they are the same team that we saw earlier tonight.
Definitely not. I know they still have some key MVP players. I mean, they still have, Riven's holding it down. I mean, she's rocking about 8.6k gold. We have Anivia rocking 8.4, which is great, but it's not. I mean, it's not stellar. We're actually looking at Swift One and Olaf. He was behind those 2 kills. He's actually evened in gold. He's actually beating Riven in gold now.
Yeah, he was held out at the beginning there, and like I thought something was going to shake. I mean, Riven's been able to pretty much tell him no all game, but hasn't been able to capitalize on any of that to at least the fullest.
And a lot of that too is actually the smart utilization of gold per 10 items.
Here we go. Another freaking battle right here where we got Blitz. Oh, barely making it out. Thank you, Anivia, for saving your friend's life. Like, you right there are an angel of mercy. And Riven, if Riven's going to just go in here, play, and maybe even get caught if she's not careful.
It looks like Blue definitely just wants to take turrets at this point, get even more map control. It looks like hard push down mid.
Objectives win games. This game isn't won solely on kills. It's the objectives that get you there. You can't kill somebody enough times for them not to get back up.
This is definitely true, and it looks like Blue might be pushing for a second turret. And
they know
should get this.
They can't be contested right now. If they keep pushing, this is going to get really cute. I think they could win the team fight if they keep pushing.
This could be clutch here. Nautilus is in a prime position. Great wall. They've walled off half the team. They missed Kardius with all their CC, and now they're focusing Mundo. That's not what they want. Now the carry is going to be able to come in here. Great ult coming down. Soul Shackle hitting at least 2 or 3 people. QSS from Anivia to try to get out. The Swift One's all over the bird right now. And Riven trying to do work, trying to clean up, has that extra advantage. Graves still alive, turning back around. They've killed a lot of members. Actually going to focus down Corky. And Red is so strong right now. That stun coming in from Anivia from the side. And what I thought was going to be a lost team fight for Red has turned completely around. Double kill for No Name. Game has been turned around.
That was amazing. That was the team we saw earlier. That was smart, calculated, that wall separating the team and really allowing them to get in there and do work. And that right there is where we saw the advantage of Riven that Riven has had all game really coming into play for the first time and really mattering. She changed lives there. And being able to keep her team off of Graves long enough to get enough of that damage in there to clean up, for Anivia to feel safe enough to get in there and clean up, that right there was beautiful. That's what they needed.
Yeah, it's exactly the boost they needed because they were going downhill fast. Now they've cut it down, back down to about 3k gold differential here. Picked up a lot of kill streaks that had started for the enemy team. And looking at both these teams, like, besides Anivia, most of the kills are pretty evenly spread across both teams.
That is true, but Anivia is a dangerous, dangerous bird. And good warding by Blitzcrank there because it looks like Blue is trying to force the fight here.
And they see Graves' bottom. I think there's no reason for them to not go all in on this. Again, though, Baron does do a ton of damage. So they're going to have to be able to throw something in or stop it. A Blitz grab would be clutch. And he's going to hit nothing. Missing that Blitz grab is no good. The flash over the wall, Willie tried to steal. He was not going to be able to get it. Zinfinity is going to be torn down instantly. And
he did what he could for his team. He did what he did to try and save his team, but in the end it wasn't enough. A little too soon, needed another half second, but it's really scary getting in there for a smite steal like that. The timing is so delicate, and now his team is a one-man down in a almost even fight. Riven does have her GA now, so let's get the cuteness going. And
well, if they're
looking like
it's going to have to definitely be under a base turret. There's no way to be able to fight on these outer turrets.
And Anivia is going to have to be before she can even get up there and heal up, which is going to slow that down. They're going to have to keep clearing these waves and avoid the poke as long as possible to try and make this into a fight.
I mean, I know she really wanted her blue buff, but I think her going down there and getting that blue buff cost them this turret.
That was another great example. There's a turret getting pushed there, and this inhibitor will drop really quick.
Now there's going to be a fight. Red wants to fight over this. They said this is enough. This is as far as we go. We don't want to give up an inhibitor. Will they be able to convert it? And Riven doing work. She hasn't quite been focused yet. Anivia still hasn't been focused yet. Just putting out her damage now.
Look where the damage is, though. It's hanging out on Olaf and it's hanging out on Mundo, which are the two they don't want, like the two that they need to worry about the least right now.
And Red is going to get an ace on a Baron team in their base.
I'm gonna say though, that was just wow. As sloppy as that was, I feel like they were just rewarded for doing bad things. Like I don't think they just like Riven, GG. You've put team on back and carried what I thought you were the weakest link in the team into just proving me absolutely the liar. And you're going to push this right back in their face, walk away, evening this out. Your minions are pushing up both top and bottom lanes. You might get the turrets there, and you're gonna bring this gold back into a level that's manageable. Get Dragon on your way back out and call this a freaking night.
What was the best part about this is now Red is up, 9 kills, but they're still not heading gold because they've been behind this entire time due to objectives. But they're finally getting it even. They were able to not lose that inhibitor, and that's a clutch decision because a lot of teams, they fold. They're like, all right, well, we couldn't defend it. Let's just give it up. But instead, again, great walls, great focus, better focus by the red team. Even though they had the tanks, a lot of the members that they needed to have safe were safe. They weren't the ones taking most of the damage. So maybe it was a little bit of bad focus from the blue team, what they were able to do. They got off their ults, but they weren't actually focusing the main damage dealers, the red team, and they were able just to put tough through it.
Yeah, no, I think honestly, better focus from the blue team. That fight goes a very different way because 99% of the damage was sitting on Mundo from
Olaf.
red to blue and Olaf. Which congratulations, you just used all of your damage. And why isn't your team dead now? But just still being able to pull that through and live high and mighty there. Gold now almost tied up. We're 0.6 behind. 0.8 behind, and it's getting to that point where the game's getting to be a fight again. I'm really hoping that the focus pulls out from team red, team purple here, and we really get this in.
I think there's just remember they want this Mundo. Again, the bold strategy of focusing it on the tank.
I have a great guys. Shh, guys, I got an idea. Let's kill Mundo. The team will crumble around him.
They won't be able to go where they please. It's map control, man. It's map control. I get
it now. I've been a fool all these years. Here they go, going for more map objectives. Their minions still taking top lane, just pushed all the way up in there. Morgana going up to clear it, but I honestly believe that without Morgana down here, they're gonna just keep this push up hard, and that is not what blue team wants.
Yeah, they actually don't have.
There's the hook. The hook keeping him right in the wall. Ooh.
Riven's just hopping in there for funsies.
Riven might be Mundo in this game, honestly. Oh, and there's Morgana. She pulled off of that stopping the minion push there to come down here and do business. That might have been the best move of that entire thing. That fight might have gotten stupid real quick.
Yeah, and you definitely have to watch this game too because there could be a clutch grab at any point from this red team, and they have 2 people that can pull it off. So Chris is definitely going to have to be careful. He doesn't want to be too far up there and get pulled out.
Nah, but if Chris stays smart on this, like he has been putting himself in really good placement and and if his team gets Riven off of him, this is going to get silly. Whew. There's that reach out there. Blitzcrank hoping for somebody to love.
Yeah, the problem with that grab, too, is that would have grabbed Mundo, which would have not been what they wanted. And the instant reaction for a lot of teams when you grab someone is focus them, but that would be the wrong move for them.
And there's the Mundo grab we've been talking about.
Oh, you don't want that. You don't want that. Oh, brilliant Soul Shackle coming in here.
But the team was able to pull back far enough that they didn't really care. The Bird's gotten in there, getting back up.
Riven goes where she pleases.
Riven just not getting shut up by this team and has gotten to the point where she straight gives 0 shits and maybe a half a fuck.
Riven is just out of control and definitely right now I think it's a dual effort. I think No Name kept them in that middle ground, but through the middle game he kept them sane, and then Riven right now just carried it through to the end.
Corky trying everything to land as much damage out there as possible, but his team's not back for 20 seconds, and that's just going to be game, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching this. Let's check out the competitions. Can we pull Thien into this call?
Yeah, we can. I'll message him really quickly.